welcome to Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. Today we're talking about what if you wanted to do or buy into a franchise of a senior care living. We're going to talk about that, how you can get started today with our guest.
Yes, and we have some real boss sisters today that I'm excited about.
I am too.
Sisters busting it in business, like they are just the it girls. That's what I say. So we have the Eshonda and Jessica Wright. They are some sister entrepreneurs, and they are moving and shaking the largest number of locations. And they also have the first Black female franchise adult daycares, and not one, but two, but a whole bunch of them. And so we just want to welcome you guys to the corner, and we want them to know that the name of your company is Multiple Senior Facilities Innovative Senior Solutions. It's the name of the company.
We got that.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Y'all like the superstars in senior care living. That's what I think.
I receive it.
So let's jump into it. We was really looking forward to having this conversation with you all for a lot of different reasons. One, because we best friends, so we like sisters and we do business together. And then two, y'all just have knocked down so many barriers in this space. And so we want to make sure people really understand how all of this works. So let's start from the beginning. So how did y'all actually get into having a senior care facility turn into a franchise? And how do y'all work together as sisters doing it?
Well, that's two big questions. Yeah. I would say, first of all, we're both registered nurses. We are sisters, but we're 8 years apart. And my background was working in nursing home, and when Jessica became a registered nurse, she started working in a nursing home. And so all the years I've ever worked in a nursing home, I never met someone who wanted to be there. They had to be there for some different reason because they didn't have anyone who could do it at home mainly. And then when it hit home, when our grandmother could no longer stay home by herself, and she was terrified of going to a nursing home. She said, I don't want to go to a nursing home, and that's what she told us. And so that's how we started our business, and she was our very first client. So we started out doing home care back in 2007.
I guess that's real common. Everybody start with a family, right?
Yeah. Interesting.
Mean a need, right? It's a need.
Yes.
So we just touched on it a little bit. So could you walk us through some of the range of services that you guys offer with the business and explain to us how each component works together and how you support the seniors in the community?
So you want to hit that one or you want me to hit it?
Well, I guess I'm going to start out with our mission. So our mission is to improve the lives of seniors, keeping them in their home and community longer. And so we started providing services that met that need. Again, we started off with in-home care, sending caregivers to the home to help them with bathing, dressing, preparing meals, doing light housekeeping, just things, activity, daily living things that could help them stay at home. With seeing that, again, seniors progress in need, and so we want to continue to meet their need, and so we added other services. We added adult day services for caregiver support, respite, also for those individuals who wanted to get out and to socialize and prevent isolation. So we did adult day services, and lastly we added assisted living. So we have individuals that live with us that need 24/7 supervision and oversight. So again, we wanted to meet their progressive needs, all keeping them in the community longer.
So tell me this, with you saying that, because I know, like, okay, my mom, she's 77, she's about to be 78. And so when I tell her, Mom, you should get in, when we say adult daycare, that's already and I think most elderly people, when you say adult daycare, it's like, I ain't going to no adult daycare, I don't need nobody to keep me. You know, so what would you say to not only the seniors, but also their family members? What would you say to them as far as, like, what would they experience being in an adult daycare? Because I know there are different things that they do there. They, you know, they play bingo, they do all kinds of stuff where they can actually do fun things with other adults.
Two things. So one, our parents is 70.
5 and 72.
I have to get their numbers right because I was on somebody else's show and said the wrong number. So, but they are active adults.
Okay.
They're active seniors. They're still working, and actually they work with us. So they're not appropriate for what we do.
Okay.
But for those seniors with chronic illnesses and challenges, physical health challenges, those are the people that we serve.
Okay.
And one of the things about our adult day center is not just a social center like a senior center, it's a health care facility.
Okay,
so we
gotcha.
have a nurse there who's able to make sure they get their medications, to assess them, to identify changes in conditions, and all these things help keep them actually in their homes longer.
Okay, gotcha. So that would be the difference then. So there are different types. That's what because like with my mother, she's able to do everything. Yeah. She lives, well, not by herself. She has a roommate, but she lives by herself, and she go out and hang out like me and you come in at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my. My mom the chain, baby. She's off the chain.
Independent as long as she can.
Right. Yeah. So she's thinking, I'm thinking when I think about adult daycare, I'm thinking about somewhere that she can go, which I'm pretty sure they have that too. But I see that there are different ones. This one would be for people that need those things, not people like her that just need somewhere that they can go in the daytime to be social.
Right. Yeah. That is a senior center.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess it's going to be kind of hard, but I guess I want both answers. So for someone who's looking to start a senior care home, where are some of the things they would need to do to start one? But because y'all own a franchise, what is the difference with, okay, I'm starting one from the ground up and then I'm starting a franchise?
And specifically for adult day?
For adult day.
For adult day, well, if you start from the ground up, then you're starting a brand new business, which is anytime, I think the statistics is brand new business, 90% fail the first year, something like that. So it's a new startup business. You got to get all the capital, you got to raise your capital. It's the challenges of starting you got to build your clientele, you got to do your marketing, you got to learn the business. Like, we've learned so much over the years. Like, if we could have paid somebody to tell us what we knew now when we started, we would be along so much quicker. So that's a startup. Now, if you buy into the franchise, then you're buying into, just like Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or anything else, you're buying into a franchise. So it's already a established brand. We already have our market. We already know the business, so you're getting support, so you're not in business by yourself. You're getting our systems, you're getting our policies. You're getting, like I said, that hands-on, step-by-step, helping you go all the way.
And then what a lot of people don't realize, and what we see other large stars do, and we like, why they buy a franchise? They're like multi-millionaires, like Magic Johnson.
Billionaire.
A billionaire. He buy franchise. Rick Ross.
Shaquille O'Neal.
I bet y'all want one of them to buy y'all's. Okay.
Right. So the point is, they get to profitability quicker with getting in a franchise, because they could, of course, do a startup. I mean, they're millionaires.
That's the bottom line.
But the point is, they invest in franchises so they can get there faster.
That
makes sense.
And I think another thing that people don't talk about is your exit strategy. And one of the things that we know about franchising is that when you join a franchise, and especially in senior care, can I talk about the senior care numbers right quick?
Let's do that.
Okay. So in 2030, they're calling it a silver tsunami. That is when, in 2030, all of the baby boomers will have boomed. It'll be over 74 million seniors. They'll be the largest population on Earth. It'll be the first time in history there'll be more people 65 and older than children 14 and under. So the numbers are getting ready to be like staggering, right? And because of that, we're able to demand a higher multiple. And when you pull together as a franchise with that number, the number of participants with you, we're able to sell at a higher multiple. So that is another benefit, because everybody got to have an exit strategy. Your business is going to go out of business one of three ways. It may go out of business. You may be able to leave it to a loved one if they want it, right? Or you can sell it. We bank on selling. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation.
No, we're gonna have that conversation. We're gonna have a conversation, like, cause I know. Just let's go there, because again, we want people to be educated, because we've seen in our community where a lot of people have sold their business, especially in like the beauty industry. Like, they have built their business up and then they decide to exit and sell their business. And of course, we call them, sellouts, right? Mm-hmm. So what is the exit strategy? Because everybody don't know what an exit strategy is. Right. That's number one. And then number two, why do y'all already have in y'all plan that you want to sell your business, and what does that look like?
Right. So exit strategy is planning on how you're going to close your business out, right, or what's going to happen when we're no longer able to run the business. Really, I guess that's the best way to say it. And I just gave you it's going to happen one of three ways, right? Well, we were able to exit already. We sold a business in 2019. We sold our home care. And what was interesting about it, we were never taught to sell. We had heard stuff like that when you sell, you sell it out. It was like a real negative connotation in the community when we sold, like they going out of business. Like, it was nothing positive around it. And then me and Jessica, we were like, we're gonna take this $1.5 million to the bank and we're gonna 10x it, right? Mm-hmm. And so anyway, and that's what we did. And so when we sold the business, we got into real estate. We bought like 28 properties, personal care home. There were houses that we turned into personal care homes that now we rent out and lease out to other people to start their own business. And so I would say our real estate portfolio may be worth $10 million. And so we took that. That's what we did with that 1.5. But we were never taught to sell. And so now that we've sold, we've been learning about it, reading about it, been exposed to know more people who exit and sell their businesses. So now we're planning for it. And like I said, we didn't know anything about multiples, right? Like, so when we sold the first time, we were lucky to get what we got. Now we're planning to make sure we get a higher multiple. And that's what we're looking at as far as our exit strategy.
I love that.
Yes.
And it's important because in our community, we definitely do not talk about it. And people just automatically think what you think, like, oh, they just gave it up, or they couldn't afford it, not understanding, like, you get tired of it too, right?
And another thing, in our community, we don't look to get generational wealth. Right. So we want to build wealth for our children's children's children. Right. And so in order for us to do that, you have to do things you don't normally see. And so selling a business, acquiring businesses, that's next level. And so when people see that, if they're not exposed to that, they think negative of that.
I love it. I love it.
So I want to talk about, because we often hear, like, we're looking at you ladies, you're two sisters, African American sisters, and we know we get that too. They always say we can't work together, we can't do anything together, and we're all examples that you really can. So my question to you guys would be, how do you guys balance it? And also, like we talked about, all the barriers that you have with being of color when you get ready to walk in these rooms and things of that nature, and also having to have that fine line between, okay, we're sisters, but we're also in business. So how do you guys find that tune in between to keep that balance?
Oh, wow. So we've been doing this for 17 years. I just know my sister has my back. She said she got my front and my back. And so, in knowing that I'm solid, we're solid, and we have our roles. I'm sure, like you all, how we fit. She has her lane, I have my lane. I have my superpowers, she have her superpowers. I don't try to step over on her side, and she don't step over on my side. And so that's how we can definitely, we have gotten this far, and we can work well together because we know our roles in our business.
Yeah. I would say the same thing. Like, Jessica is the heart of the business. Like, Jessica's a nurse. Like, when you think of a nurse, like, she's got such a big heart. Like, she's been my caregiver before. Like, if you want a nurse, you want Jessica. And she brings that heart to our business. I'm more in the business side. I'm a nurse, but I ain't that kind of nurse. And so, I'm a visionary. I like strategy. I heard her say one time, I can think of something crazy, or I can envision something, and then they got to figure out how to do it, you know. But we just work so well together, and we trust each other. That's most important. We trust each other. And I can remember one time some years back, I think I had made a bad decision, and I was like, Jessica, do you want to take that over? And she was like, no. You know, you got it. And I had to figure it out. I had to straighten it out. But that confidence from her let me knew I could do it too. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. So I feel like y'all have some big shoes. Like, y'all are coming so much in this space. So y'all recently was it Inc. 5000 y'all was listed on. That's like so major, right? Y'all are Black females that has a franchise for senior care homes. And then, you know, y'all one of the biggest ones in Georgia. So let's talk about when you at that level, how is it, I think she mentioned a little bit, like, what is it like walking in different rooms, talking, having different conversations that we're not usually privy to?
Yeah. That part, because our mentors, she's a $9 million, like she exited for $100 million.
Okay.
And so conversations are different. And I tell people all the time that she never taught us about strategy. She was always dealing with our mindset. And that's just crazy. Like, people, it ain't even about strategy, it's how we think. And I can remember when we got all these properties, right? I told you what they were worth. And I had a friend, another mentor, and he came to us and he said, y'all should have $1 million line of credit for the amount of money that we invested with this bank, because we really bought all the properties with one bank. And when I went to them and asked for $1 million line of credit, they looked at me like I was crazy, like, what you want that for?
Yeah.
Well, I want it the same way my counterpart would want it, right? And so that was interesting. And so then me and Jessica, like, okay, I ain't gonna put it on you. Like, very, very visionary. And when I see something, I see it. Like, I can see it like it's here. But it's really something that's gonna take us like 5 years to get there, right? And so we made a decision in 2023 to do nothing but adult day. We wanted to make it our chicken sandwich, like Chick-fil-A.
Right.
And make it our main thing, because I told you we did personal care homes, we home care, like we do transportation. Like, our hands was in so many different things, and we've always done them to a certain level of success. But we want to see what it's like to do one thing, do it really well, and see what happens with that. So January, I said, we're doing nothing but adult day. So we stopped consulting, we stopped coaching. That was a $500,000 revenue stream that we just stopped. And we feeling it now. But anyway, we just stopped. And then we turned around, you know, we got a call from a lady who said, I got 3 adult day centers and I want to sell them. And she said, I'm not breaking them up. You got to get them all 3 if you want them. It was an opportunity that we could not refuse.
Right.
So we acquired 3 centers last year in February. All 3 of them were in the red when we acquired them, which we knew, but we saw all the potential and the opportunity, right? So we take over the centers. I ain't gonna tell y'all where they at. They in South Georgia, that's all I'm gonna say. We take over these centers, and day 2, half of the staff quit. We didn't see that coming. And these centers are like 2 and 3 hours from where we live. And so it took us, make a long story short, it took us a whole year to just stabilize those centers and keep our investment, right? And so we didn't get a chance to market. We didn't get a chance to add on transportation, all the different things that we saw that we wanted to do. And so with that being said, in January, you know, it drained all our funds, the money we had. And I went to the bank and I said, well, we got all this property, you know, we ain't never used any of the equity in it.
Right.
And I said, well, let me see, can we get a line of credit, you know. I went to the bank, you know, and he said, well, okay. And he gave us like $100,000, which was not enough, but we took it. Sure enough, we went through that in 6 months. Go back in 6 months. I said, we're gonna need another line of credit. You know, we're not quite where we need to be. And the flack we got behind that, honey, was not expected. And I'm thinking, you know, other businesses do this all the time, right? We're a seasoned business owner.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We ain't no new startup, we seasoned. Number one. Number two, if I just told y'all about the numbers, we just need a little time. This ain't gonna fail.
Right.
We just need some time because I just told you we made all these sharp changes back in, you know, 2023. And we just need some time to be able to go ahead and market and do what we need to do. And we was told, you're gonna get $100,000. Don't come back and ask for nothing else.
Really?
Yeah. And if you don't like it, you could take all your properties
No,
to another. And I just didn't understand it. I was like, Jessica, why is he talking to us like that? I didn't even understand it. I didn't. And he was like, you know, and furthermore, y'all probably gonna be out of business in the next 3 months.
He said that?
Yes,
Right.
ma'am. What month was that, Jess?
About 5 months ago.
How you?
I want to know what month was it?
So that's what.
It was in July. We still here.
Right.
We still here. But my point is, and I was telling you, like all the years we've been in business, like we keep being reminded we Black entrepreneurs because we should have had access to capital.
Exactly.
I mean, we talking about equity and property. We know these properties got equity in them.
Yes.
They got to.
Yes. And so we were dependent on this bank. So we just learned so much from that because all our eggs was in one basket. We'll never do that again. That was problem number one. And number two, we left that meeting and I told Jess, I said, we got to go to work. We know we know what we need to do. And we went on we met with our team and we went on a marketing frenzy. And when I say it got to the point we had over 500 referrals, I couldn't hire enough people to work the referrals. We got 20-something pending admissions. Like, we've changed the trajectory of our company.
That's good.
And nothing but God.
Yeah.
In 90 days.
Wow.
Less than 90 days,
Wow.
actually. But yeah, so I guess my point too is we just got to be prepared for that and be able to have a backup plan. Yeah. Because if we didn't, because actually the backup plan too, we can sell something property. We ain't going nowhere. But, you know, we didn't want to do that either. And so, anyway, you just got to have a backup plan.
And I think Shonda always say that's a muscle that we have built over 17 years because that's not our first time coming to a place in our business where it was, you know, a trial, a hard time, a valley, you know, and so most people fold. Most people accept what that banker told them. Oh, okay, you're going to be closed. Well, I'm going to go and I'm going to soak and I'm going to, you know, wait till that day to come.
Right.
Oh yeah, I had to fight out of that, and I was talking and I would be talking with Jessica about it because it was the first time in a long time that I've sat in a room with somebody who it felt like they were trying to crush us.
Right.
It was a long time since, and sometimes people feel that way about you, but you'll never really hear it, and that was just like,
Might be saying
wow.
they're trying to pump me.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like, wow.
So let's talk about it with you saying that. Because we just saw it firsthand. So what are some of the things that you guys do to protect your mental health, especially when you're faced with something like that? Somebody, like you said, just basically telling you what you're not going to do. What does that look like when it comes to staying intact with your mental health and with your spiritual realm?
You just go to the Word. The Word is the Word. And we know that we are victorious. We know the greater one is in us.
Right.
And we know that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. And so, you know what, we have a vision, we have wrote it, and we have made it plain, and we're running with it. And so no matter what no one says, we are who we are.
Right.
We are we are the first millionaires in our family. We are the first Black female franchisor of Adult Day. You know, we're breaking ceilings, and so we know the call on our life, and it's not and it's our ministry, it's our purpose, and so you know, if God be for us, who can be against us?
Who can be against you?
Yeah.
All right, so We can really talk to y'all all day because I got like 1,000 more questions to really like dive into. But the most important thing, especially for the viewers, and I know especially like for some of our viewers, because I know a lot of people who have access to cash, right? They make a man in their business. They're trying to pivot. They don't know which route to go. And we know healthcare is one of the industries that's not going anywhere. It's one of the growing professions and industries that's out here. So y'all have the capability of people to be able to franchise with you. So I want you to tell the audience, like, what does that look like? What are the steps? How they can get in contact with you? And just what is the process? And I don't know if y'all want to mention, because I don't know if it's different dimensions of investment-wise. But just talk to the audience about if they're interested in becoming a franchise owner, somebody that might already own this in the industry. What does that look like for them, for you all?
Yeah, so that looks like you actually going to the website and you can fill out an application online. It's innovativesenior.solutions.com. You can go to franchise page, fill out your application. We actually vet all of our people. That's another story.
Okay.
We vet all of our potential franchisees. And if you're chosen to become a franchisee, there is a franchise fee, which is $45K. And then we actually have to go through the FDD, which is all this legal work that we worked on to become a franchisor. And then you get to pick your territory. You get a protected territory with at least 100,000 population. Pick your territory. Then we help you. You choose your facility. We help you with your build out. We have all the plans, all the designs. We help you with your marketing plan. We train you, and you go to work. And that's kind of what it looks like.
And really, we're calling what we see as a great fit is individuals already who are entrepreneurs, so who want to pivot and invest in a $billion industry. And so, if you are you're in-home care provider, you are, transportation, you are in the healthcare facility, you're a doctor, and you want to add another stream of income, then this would be a great investment. So any entrepreneur who has that mindset, that business mindset, that entrepreneur mindset, and just need the plan, the roadmap, then this is a great investment. And so definitely we welcome you, and we look forward to working with you. And so, just go to the website.
Okay, and also before we get out of here, so I know you guys talked about you also have properties if people want to have, like if they don't want to go into the franchise and they want to have a personal care home. Can you tell them how they would go through with that process as well?
So I think we've got 3 available properties now. So same thing, you can just go to the website or either just call us at 866
Okay.
409-0582.
See how she got my back?
That's it.
But they can just call us and then we can tell them what we have available.
Okay.
So everyone, I'm telling you, she just said it's a $1 billion industry. Let me tell y'all, healthcare is not going anywhere. I mean, Didi specifically in our mind, like, okay, when we get off here, what's the total amount? Because we're trying to pivot. So if you got some extra cash, you're already in the industry, you're not thriving as far as your revenue streams, you want to just have a learning curve, I just really, really encourage you all to get in contact with them. What they're doing is amazing. Yes. A lot of you probably needed it from the get-go anyway, so get into it. I think this has been a very informative show. And for y'all don't know me, shoot, I'm Dr. Gwen Wright.
And I'm Deonta B.
And y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to our next show. Bye.
Bye. See you next time.
Shoot, we didn't do that right. Bye.
No, we did. We didn't even. Let me do a takeaway.
Okay. Go.
But where am I starting? Because I know what we just.
Y'all just closing out.
We just closing out.
I know, but we stopped somewhere.
I don't know. Okay. So I'm Dr. Gwen Wright.
And I'm Deonta B. And I would just say, like, the takeaways from this was just so amazing because they're giving people hope as far as having a franchise.
Right.
And $45,000 for an industry that is totally not going anywhere, you know, it's an investment that you got to prepare for your own. Like they said, their own family members, how they started with it. And I know for most people, we're all trying to figure out, where is my family member going? They all got to have somewhere to go. So that was my main takeaway. What was your takeaway?
The DC people need to go talk to them. That's my takeaway. Because they already have the blueprint. And
Right.
and that's what we're here at Gwen's Business Corner to do for you, is make sure that you get the blueprint to succeed and to be able to pivot and profit in your business. Until
Yes.
the next time, we'll see y'all. Bye.
Peace. Bye.